Why, hello everyone, it's GleeCon and I'm back again bringing you another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you for tuning in. So guys, we've been in the middle of a Christmas season and I hope yours has just been delightful, toasty, or whatever it is that you prefer. Maybe getting a little toasted. On this show, where we cover everything, because of in honor of the festive season and because this is probably our last year where we'll be running Classic, before we can make our way into Burning Crusades, I decided we're going to hit all of the calendar events. So we're doing all the Winter Veil stuff. We did a manga the other day. That also is appropriately the first event that came out in the cycle of updates. So this is around the first big major patch. I think patch 1.2 was when they did Christmas. We covered the manga on it. We also did all of these quests already on Alliance. So the quests do not differ, minus probably less than 5 total sentences of dialogue that we're going to read today. But I wanted to show everyone the Horde experience of doing the same Wintervale quest as well, especially if you're like, Alliance, I don't want to touch that, or whatever your thing is. So stay a while and listen as we get another episode going here. At the very end of this, we are going to pop over to Glee Contessa because there are some things that happen on the back end when you do these quests. So we're actually in Thunder Bluff right now, and we're going to be traveling back and forth from Thunder Bluff for a couple of reasons. We do have a buttload of leather, but I think we're saving that, was my plan. Because I wanted to be able to get as max points as I could get from making thick leather, which I've already done that. Okay. We also can make cured thick... Oh, I need this deep rock salt. We need to save at least one. I can... Okay, so I guess while we're here, we might as well... First, let's pick up the first quest. Winter is here.
Jingle of the bells take away
Why not?
Jingle in your pocket. Buy Smokeywood Pastures treats for your Winter Veil festivities.
Cool.
Have a wondrous Winter Veil, friend. Be sure to say hello to Great Father Winter, who's currently in Orgrimmar. If you've been nice this year, you'll receive wondrous treats on the day of the Feast of Winter Veil. Be sure to tell him what you hope to get this year. Also, be sure to stock up on treats to give those who've been nice this year. We have a great selection to choose from. Fresh from our farm to your plate. It's Smokeywood Pastures wholesome goodness.
All right, so we're going to mess with that. If you look at this guy, we can buy his seasonal fare. Blended bean brew, green garden tea, holiday cheese wheel, Graku's homemade meat pie, spicy beef stick, steam weedle fizzy spirits, and Great Father Winter's ale. We don't need any of those. You can also buy from her snowballs. Those are used to power most of the toys that you can get from your Christmas presents. There's blue ribboned wrapping paper, green ribboned wrapping paper, and purple ribboned wrapping paper. We are going to need to buy 5 holiday spices. There are holiday spirits you can buy, candy canes. We also need the recipe for the gingerbread cookie, and we're going to get the eggnog recipe just for giggles, because why not? And there is another quest called Get Your Winter Treats or something like that. I saw it somewhere. But now it's disappeared. We might have to wait until we're in Orgrimmar. Maybe it's called, the reason for the season. I feel like I'm maybe missing one. Let me take a peek over here at my overall. I've added a world event quest list. Winter's Presents. Yeah, where do you get that one? Maybe we have to. It's not showing Winter's Presents. Why not? I don't see it. So I wonder if I abandon this, because I saw originally, all that's up here is this. Maybe because I bought some of the other stuff. I don't know. There is a quest called Winter's Presents. I guess maybe you have to mess with that first. All right, so today's episode is really hopefully going to be a little faster than yesterday's. Now, we do have to get, we're worse off actually. I was hoping we would get some nice. I'd have a good fishing, but we need to purchase, unfortunately, a bunch of stuff, which is really going to set us back. The only thing going for us is that the Horde is a little better. But while we're here, let's mess with our leatherworking, wherever that one's at. There's the bank. I can see if I have maybe some fish in the bank. But we're going to need to get to master 300 fishing. We'll just check that out. I do have a glossy mite fish. I don't remember where we get that recipe from. I have a raw red gill. Also don't know. I'm hoping to maybe raise my leatherworking up right now. So I'm going to grab these recipes. There's those Shadowcat hide pieces too. And winter squid. I know I'll need that. Stone scale eel is actually for alchemy. I should just sell that. I thought it was for cooking, but it is not. You only use that for alchemy. So I could probably put it on the auction house. I wanted to trade it, but I don't super duper care. All right, I'm clearing out some bank space. We're going to need it to stash some stuff if we want. Okay, and the other thing is now we need to go to the leatherworking. So let's talk to a brave. Left-footer Woodstrider. To just remind me, I always forget where the leatherworking trainer's at. There we go. Okay. This episode took us about an hour and a half yesterday. That's because I spent time fishing. I'm probably not going to do that today. So we're going to just probably buy what we need and see where that goes. Skinning trainer. Yep, we're already maxed out on that, so we're pretty good. I'm going to sell that stone scale eel. Okay, so let's see what we have first of all. And like I said, we have to save one piece of, we just have to save one deep rock salt. So first let's go in here to my leather. Boom, boom. Okay, so for cured heavy hides, I'm going to need 15 regular salt. I think you can only buy it in 10 stacks. Oh no, I bought 15. Okay, so now I can buy all 5 of those. And then I can make all 4 of these cured thick hides because I have enough deep rock salt even left to be left over. That'll be good. No need to buy anything from them. So we're just making up our reagents here, and then I'm going to get to cooking. I bought these things that I don't have recipes for because I'm either going to toss them and not keep them in the bag. Oh, we also need to, while we're purchasing things from the auction house, we're going to need a bigger boat. We're going to need some eggs. Okay, so I'm making all these cured thick hides. Huzzah. Alright, so there we go on that. Now let's see what we need. Oh, I can make 1 set of guardian gloves. Might as well do that since I have a cured heavy hide. That's probably a nice, easy one. I probably should have saved... Since I have these heavy hides, I should have saved that. I'm a ding-dong on that one. Alright. So, there goes those. I think that's probably how I messed that up. What else can I make with heavy hides? I don't have enough. I've screwed it up. So I think that's what I was doing, was wanting heavy leather. Because now I can make like infinity thick armor kits and really blast this through. So the thick armor kits... Dang it, this is where I was at. That's the easiest, cheapest way. Okay. But I have so much thick leather, I could just say screw it. I'm also going to be going to Stranglethorn soon, too. But then I can use my heavy leather and make it more thick. Okay. Oh, I actually, yeah, so I guess I can just make thick armor kits. I guess we're going to do that. So let's make 4. Screw it. And these thick armor kits are good. Make a nice stack of them. So now I'm going to start, I guess, selling my heavy armor kits. I don't need that 8 stack if I'm going to be making all these thick. Because the thick is better. Okay, that gives me to 210. Let's talk to the master artisan leather worker and see.
My talents have a limit, and you
Okay.
have reached it. Congratulations, adventurer.
All right,
Next stop
so
should be Camp Mojace in Feralis. The Tauren
Gotcha.
Helena Ironhide lives there. She is renowned for her skill.
all right, so we have the Nightscape headband. That's 5. That is leather though. Nightscape tunic. That requires 7, and the dusky belt from before. Also turtle scale, now that we can wear scale. We do not have turtle scales on hand though, so we are stuck on that. Do we have anything that's a 210? No, but if I can get to 220. So we're going to make more thick armor kits. So this is kind of a side thing here. Was not planning on doing all this with our time, but building up our stack. And really we need to get to artisan leatherworking. We got to stop at 225, so we're going to have to go to Feralis anyway. So there are some reasons that we need to do that. All right, boom, boom. We're not there yet. If I were to go back over for her, she's probably getting close to her final recipes for me.
My talents have a limit, and you have reached it. Congratulations, adventurer.
Thanks.
Your next stop should be Camp Mojace in Feralis. The Tauren Helena Ironhide lives there. She is renowned for her skill.
I mean, this is pretty good. Can I get a 20 stack of those, or is it just 10 stacks? Just 10 stacks. It's all right. We got plenty of those. Okay, so this is cool. This gets me up to 20. And now those are yellow. So now we're in worse shape
Even my talents have a limit.
because she has to be 225. But I can now learn Big Voodoo Mask,
Camp Mojace in Feralis. The Tauren
Tough
Helena
Scorpion
Ironhide
Bracers.
She is renowned for her skill.
That's 2 more recipes I can learn. And how do they look? I think you probably need Scorpid Hide. The Big Voodoo Mask. We need Flasks of Mojo and 8 thick leathers. That's 10, and we need Scorpid Scales. So that's a cool bracer. Not as good as what I have. The big Voodoo Mask is leather, so it's not that cool. So I actually think I'm going to try to get here. Even though it's yellow, I'm going to try my best. I should be able to mostly get here. There's 1. Okay. 2. 3. 4. Very good. Okay, so we rolled the dice and we succeeded. That got us to 25. That is not enough to get...
My talents have a limit, and you have reached it.
But now we can build the maximum ammo pouches.
Camp Mojace in Feralis. The Tauren Helena Ironhide lives there. She is renowned for her skill.
So there's actually a couple reasons why I want to take us to Camp Mojace. It's not all just for this. These tough Scorpion bracers, sure. But these ammo pouches, they require the cured thick hires. Oh, but they require elixirs too. So I'm not going to be buying those. But our leatherworking is tapped out now, so we're actually going to be taking a little side jaunt before we go get our Christmas on. We're going to go down to Camp Mojace because there's a couple things we actually need from the old camp. And it might be worthwhile. We might save ourselves some money because remember we have this, it's not that far of a flight, first of all. And we're going to Hearthback or Astral Recall our way back to this anyway. Again, I don't know why oh, there's Winter's Presence outside of Orgrimmar. Okay, where was Was there one? There wasn't here, but there is a quest. So if we go outside Orgrimmar, we have to go by any Wonder Form operator. Okay. So then, is there... I think they're typically by, like, goblin cities. So if we just looked at, for instance, Ratchet. No. What about Gadgetzan? Yep. Yeah, see, there's one in Gadgetzan. We also have to go here if you look at the last level, but we'll kind of talk about that in a minute. We got to fly around a little bit today. That's really why this quest kind of is going to get out of control. Actually, flame sacks are probably going to tap out on us today, too. We're almost out of that leatherworking anyway. Yeah, all these things are fine. So one of the biggest tasks, if you want to consider what is it that's going to require you, like, how hard is it to complete everything in Winter Veil? What is really needed? Well, to acquire every quest, you must be at least level 40. So Winter, if you are not able to get to level 40 by the time Winter Veil is over, you're not going to be able to do all the Winter Veil things. Just write that off. The second thing is you have to get, if you technically want to get every single quest, you have to get a maximum cooking of 300. It has to happen. Luckily, we're close. Luckily, we're over 40. We're level 48. And we're only 35 points off the cooking. So even with only 80 gold, most of that I want to save for my mount. It does make me wish that we could get some. Okay, so we're only about 15 minutes in. Most of the quests can be completed fairly quickly. We do have a little bit of traveling to do. We have to travel up to Alterac Mountains at one point, and we have to travel to we have to travel down to... Well, you have a choice. You can travel to the Searing Gorge, or you can travel down to Gadgetzan. We're going to go to Gadgetzan because that's the best place to get recipes for cooking that can take you to 300. There are a couple good recipes there. All right, but we're going down to Camp Mojache for two reasons. One, we're now bottlenecked on leather working, so we need to take care of that. But two, oh, there's a wild leather armor quest. Thick leather. Oh. So do I have to complete those quests in order to get the thing? Maybe. We will work on that in a minute if she can't. But we actually have 10 thick leather. We're fine on that. We just don't have the Yeti hides. So that's something we'll have to consider. If she can just teach us artisan, that's awesome. That'll be cool. Let's see what the leatherworking quests say on my profession list. I do have all of those. Wild leather armor, wild leather vest, yada, yada, yada. So those quests do exist. They are coming through right now. So I guess I should take care of whichever ones we see while we're here and add some of the other ones to our stack here. Might as well pick those up. Kind of like we're working on the blacksmithing chain. This is, for what's her name, this is a much smaller. Okay, we're not doing most things here. Don't know what this lady's all about. So we are looking for recipes. There are a few, and we need all of them. We need the leatherworking recipes, and we need the cooking. That witch doctor? No. No. That's a war on the woodpile. It's a quest giver. Okay, this is a longhouse. Okay, this is a light armor merchant. Has a well-oiled cloak. Here's the leather worker guy.
Welcome to Camp Mojache, brave adventurer.
Okay, he does have a couple cool recipes. So turtle scale gloves, that's the third in the turtle scale set, and the green welt bracers. So that's cool. So we just gained 2 more recipes. And mark of quality.
Anyone who says that quality doesn't matter would also have you believe that the earth does not keep secrets. In my latest pursuit of high-quality materials, I have discovered thick Yeti hides. Yetis are native to Feralis, often found west of here in Feral Scar Vale. I'll give you a choice of one of my leather goods for a stack of 10.
Those gloves are a slight increase over me. I guess we get the Yeti hides right there, so that's fine.
Adventurer, your skill as a leatherworker precedes you. I possess leatherworking lore you would be wise to acquire. Wild leather armor. Wild leather taps into the potent and chaotic properties of wild vines found in areas of lush vegetation and on some of the creatures there. Armor made using it is second to none for a crafter of your skill. Guaranteed. I'll teach you, but you'll be working for me for a while. The first cost is simply 10 pieces of thick leather. After this, we'll talk specifics.
Okay, so I just realized the mark of quality. That is actually not... We're going to abandon that. That is not a leatherworker quest. We just collect those Yeti hides. Now, this one we can turn right in. Wild leather armor. We must be clear. You shall be apprenticed to me while you learn the art of wild leather armor. Is that the only option I have? Because wild vines are both potent and chaotic. I don't want leather armor. It yields a random but strong benefit to the already strong armor you will be making. This knowledge, however, was not easy for me to acquire. The initial cost to begin this process is 10 pieces of thick leather. Once that is done, we'll get to the work you need to do in order to obtain the patterns.
Adventurer, I'm glad to have you on board as my apprentice. You've made a wise decision as a leatherworker. Those who make use of leather armor will be clamoring to you once you learn how to master the art of wild leather. Let's get to work. Where do you want to start?
Okay, so here's our episode or issues.
Leather shoulders support a wearer's frame extremely well, offering superior protection of the upper arms as well as the shoulders. As with all wild leather armor, a random yet very potent enhancement is imbued within the item as the wild vine is stitched in. For this pattern, I will require 6 thick armor kits and a wild vine. That shouldn't be too tall of an order for you.
No, we already have the armor kits, and wild vine is easy. A single wild vine.
A wild leather helmet offers the wearer superior protection to the vital areas of the head, without a sacrifice in comfort. As with all wild leather armor, the integrated wild vine yields a powerful but random magic imbuement to the helm's frame. Leather wearers will definitely want this piece. For this pattern, I will need 2 Nightscape tunics, 2 Nightscape headbands, and a wild vine. Complete this lesson and the pattern will be yours.
Okay, so we need 2 Nightscape tunics and 2 Nightscape headbands. I think we actually know how to make those. Yeah. That just requires basically 14 and 10. Yeah, that's easy. So that is a total of 24 thick leather. That's all we need. And we also need another wild vine. So that's 2 wild vine we need. And then wild leather vest.
Wild leather vests are the staple of any wild leather armor set. The frame of the vest and the wild vine weave within it produces a product that offers maximum protection of the torso while allowing for potent magic to work its way through the garment. For this pattern, I will require 2 turtle scale breastplates, 2 sets of turtle scale gloves, and a wild vine. This is not an easy lesson, but it is one you certainly have the skill to complete.
Okay, so we need turtles. We need those turtle scales. I might have some in my bank, 1 or something. But yeah, we need a lot. That's actually what's going to kill us. We need 48 total turtle scales. Where can we farm them? I'm guessing off of... we can look that up while we fly around. We'll play around with that in a little bit. Let's talk to her.
Well met. You have wasted your time and mine by coming to me for training, adventurer. I have no time to teach basic skills. We're fighting a war here, and this is one of the front lines. Don't return to me until you are more prepared.
I don't know why she's saying that, because we are pretty good, and we just learned artisan leatherworking. Alright, so we have things to make now. Most of them easy. What we're also now going to be looking for is... There's one other thing. Here's a reagent vendor. Do I need an Ankh? Nope, we're full on Ankhs. Winter Revelers. we're looking for the recipes. Oh, we might as well buy milk while we're here. We're going to need that to go with our cookies. When we give milk and cookies to Santa. And who's this guy? Oh, he's a gunsmith. That's cool. Okay. Alright, so I don't know. We're going to have to hunt turtles at some point, but I'm not... There are a ton in Tanaris, but we're not going to that for that right now. Okay, that's that half of the camp. The must be on the other half of camp. Because the other reason we came here is for these other recipes. Okay, that's a herbalism trainer, alchemy supplies. That's just a dude, probably a quest giver. Maybe it's up here. Trees in my face. This is a druid trainer. Cool. Dude, there is... Where's the trade person? Okay, so I missed it somewhere. I guess I gotta talk to some of these people that are typically quest givers.
Listen to the stories
No.
of adventurer. I have many to speak of.
No. Ghost Eye, that's cool, but no. Windrider. Food and drink? Maybe? No. There's a little goblin over here. No. Okay, how am I missing them? Where is the trader? There was that dude padding around. Stable master. Who is this person? Hadouken.
Hail, we must ensure the
No.
survival of this camp at all costs, adventurer. Our enemies must not be given any quarter. for
This
they will
witch doctor.
use none were we to need it.
No, I can ask about Muisek later. When we actually do quests here. Oh, there she is. I missed her. She was literally right stinking here. Alright, so she will give us baked salmon, lobster stew, and mitefish steak. Alright. We cannot learn them yet, though. I think those are actually too high. Those are higher than what we need. Alright, we're astral recalling out of here. So we have now spent... How much time? We spent basically a half an hour just screwing around. There goes my chance of getting this quest fast. Alright, so there is... We're going to just pop out really quick to get the quest out front. This guy's name is Pancake. Yeah, so I'm in my fantasy finals right now for football, which is pretty great. However, all I've had so far is, over the past few days, a little defense and kicker play, which are just middling. They did whatever, a combined 17 points or something. But my opponent has had only half his team play, and he's put up over 100 points. So at the rate he's going, he's on pace for about 180 points, in which case I would just get obliterated. The only thing I have to hang my hat on here is that none of my players have really played, so maybe my people can act in kind. Alright, this guy has this quest.
PX-238 Winter Wonderbolt. Step on up and don't be shy. And sign these forms before you try it. We're still working a few bugs out of this thing. I hear Great Father Winter, with the generous support of Smokeywood Pastures, has put presents for everyone under the tree in Orgrimmar. I wish I could go, but I've got to look after the PX-238 Winter Wonderbolt. But you should definitely check it out. I'm sure Great Father Winter has some presents with your name on it.
Alright, and he turned us into a little gnome. But I just unturned it. If you want, though, you can be a little gnome. Okay, so these are the two breadcrumb quests. One's called Winter's Presence, one's called Great Father Winter is Here. Both can be picked up, I'm pretty sure at level 1. Great Father Winter is Here might be a level 10 minimum. But one is a breadcrumb just to Great Father Winter himself. The other is to let you know, hey, you can get presents. The Winter's presents is picked up anywhere you can find those wonderful machines. And the other one is just usually picked up in any town, including if you were in Orgrimmar or if you were Alliance, Ironforge. So those are the 2 breadcrumbs to get you started. We should be able to wham bam bam bust out most of these right now. Kind of get things going here. So we're gonna also open up our tree. So Great Father Winter, hey buddy.
Wondrous Winter's Veil to you. Little girl. Good children get special, discounts at any local Smokeywood Pastures vendor. Yum.
Okay, so we tell them we want our presents.
Hello there.
Oh,
I'll
whoa.
only be here for one reason, to open your Winter Veil presents. Now don't you worry, Great Father Winter hasn't forgotten about his favorite person adventurer. Look under the tree and you'll find your gifts. During this season of giving, perhaps your friends would also enjoy receiving some of Smokeywood Pastures' excellent products.
Pretty sure verbatim that's what the Alliance get to, just a different voice, obviously, doing voiceover.
Ho ho hello, I am Great Father Winter, and I, courtesy of the fine folks of Smokeywood Pastures, fresh from our farm to your plate, it's Smokeywood Pastures' wholesome goodness, would like to wish you a fantastic feast of Winter Veil. If you've been good this year, maybe you will receive treats from Smokeywood Pastures as your treat for the feast of Winter Veil.
That was terrifying. Terrifying. All right, let's open our presents. So there are 5, I believe. There's 2 level 1 presents. Let's find them. Go in order. There's a Gently Shaken gift. Typically, I believe the Gently Shaken gift is going to give you... It says, this present looks like it has been shaken a few times. The tag on it reads, to a very special Tauren shaman. So if you open this, yes, we got some eggnog. It could give you a couple things. Eggnog's the most common in my experience. But yes, you can... And there's also a carefully wrapped present. This one, every time, has given me winter cookies. The tag on this present reads, to Glee Console, may your feast of great winter be merry and bright. And what did we get? Yes, some cookies. So the eggnog is typically 3 out of 4 times I got that one. I think one other time I got something else. This is a festive gift. Every time so far I have gotten a wand of festivities. The note on this present reads, to Glee Console, in hoping this will help you spread warm tidings and holiday cheer to all of Azeroth from Great Father Winter. You must be level 10 to get this quest. Yes, so there you go. This shoots, yeah. Basically shoot it, and it makes everybody laugh. Someone else must have just did it. There's a 2-minute cooldown. Okay, there's also a level 20 quest present called a Gaily wrapped present. This could be a variety of things. Typically, it's going to be some holly. The festively wrapped present has your name on it. Wait, did it just move? Or no, it's a little pet normally. Yeah, so that's who it is. It's always a pet. You can get a red helper, basically it's a little tiny baby version of a gnome. I don't think I bought snowmen. So if we go over here, we can buy some snowballs.
Don't let the jingle of the bells take away
No,
from
wrong
the
girl,
jingle in your
wrong
pocket.
person.
Buy Smokeywood Pastures treats for your Winter Veil festival.
Okay, we'll just buy some for fun. But yes. Now that we've used it, we have this tiny, tiny, tiny little gnome that will follow you around. So that's going to go in our bank because I don't care about it. And the final present that you can get is, in a way, it's the best one, but it's kind of sad because it doesn't last. You have to be level 40 to get this present. Have a joyous feast of great winter from your friends at Smokeywood Pastures. Okay, this gives you an abominable... You open this up and it gives you an abominable great greench. It also gives us holly. The holly does nothing for us. It's preserved holly, which does last. There's 2 types of holly. Fresh holly is what you also typically get sometimes out of here, but fresh holly does not.
Speak, friend.
It disappears in a few
Hey,
days,
can you do, Great Father,
as does this wand and this
little
greench.
girl? Not to needlessly talk about myself in the third person, but Great Father Winter has been at this all day, and he could use a treat himself. Some gingerbread cookies and ice-cold milk to wash them down with would really hit the spot. Think you could be a friend of the Great Father and fetch some for me?
Sure. Okay, so first we already have the milk. We need to cook them, so we need 5 eggs. So if you go for small egg, We could buy a 5-sec. They're selling for 5 gold right now. That's annoying as heck. But whatever, we're going to buy it. That's inflation for you. That's the worst prices I've seen. It's because somebody bought them all out. Somebody went on Auctionator, I'm sure, saw that they were selling, bought them all out, and replaced them for 5 gold. And I'm going to pay that as a convenience price when every other time I've gotten my eggs for 20 to 30 copper. So that is just someone really, I mean, I guess you could say they're being smart because I just paid it because I'm saving time. But really, you could easily just head back out, go to Mulgore, and kill a few birds. You'll get 5 eggs. It'll take you 20 minutes. And I just paid 5 gold to avoid that. So that's annoying. All right, now we're going to go back and turn in our cookies and milk to Santa.
What do you need? May your blades...
All this talk of treats is giving me a hankering for some myself. Gingerbread cookies and milk.
You're quite the helper to old Great Father Winter there, adventurer. Have a great feast of Winter Vale. Here's a little something, you know, for the effort.
It does give you... See, that time we got bolts of winter cloth. Yeah, there's... You typically get things. Okay, let's go ahead and sell those. I don't care about them. I do want to put some of this stuff in the bank already, but because we're already getting very full. All right, I'll sell that milk too. All right, so next thing we need to do is pick up these other 2 quests.
Listen, not to shatter the magic of the season here, but Smokeywood Pastures could use some assistance. The kind you adventuring types are known to give. We're missing an important shipment of treats that was restocking us for the season. And now we're missing the agent of Smokeywood Pastures that we sent out to the field to find it. Please. The shipment was last reported in the Alterac Mountains. And that's where our man went to look for it. See if both are out there, safe and sound.
All right, so that's one of 2 travel missions we have to do. Here's the other.
Disaster has struck. Metzen the Reindeer has been kidnapped. Metzen is one of Great Father Winter's 8 reindeer, and property of Smokeywood Pastures. We've received not 1 but 2 ransom letters from groups claiming to have Metzen. With the holiday season well underway, we're strapped to the coin box here. Please, find Metzen and return him to us. Check out the ransom letters for clues and sprinkle this reindeer dust on him. It will free him from any of his bonds. Please, hurry!
Okay, so we have one other quest here, the reason for the season.
Gifts, treats, presents. Bah, I say. Those goblins pollute the true meaning of this season. The Feast of Winter Vale. This is a time of renewal. The land slumbers under a blanket of snow brought forth by Great Father Winter, who is not the bumbling fool over there in the red suit.
Him?
If you're interested in learning what the feast is all about for yourself, ask Segorn Creststrider. I'm sure he'll be surprised that someone cares about history rather than getting presents.
All right, so now we have to go up here. You know, while we're up here, actually, we can check out the Shaman Trainer because we obviously very recently hit level 48. I don't remember if we gained our powers. I think we did. All right, so I can't remember if the reason for the season is going to send us to Thunder Bluff or not. I kind of think it maybe will. It's kind of annoying. If we do end up having to go to Thunder Bluff, we could kind of bounce that way to that way for the second quest, and we'll just finish off the reason for the season in a minute. We do have to go to Alterac Mountains, that's for sure, and Metzen the Reindeer is that one's. There's a couple places it could be. Not could be. There's a couple places it is, and there's just nothing to do about that. All right, here's the guy here.
The spirits have guided you to me. How may I be of service?
The Feast of Winter.
Winter Vale, you say? Alas, in times past, it held a more substantial meaning to us Tauren. Nowadays, it seems as though others have turned the legend of this season of renewal into something that helps to sell candies and presents. It's no surprise that Furmund is bitter about that sort of change. He and other Tauren like him cling to our past like a banner of war. While I think a little celebration is always good, it is important to remember the origins of the feast. Here, if you are interested in learning more about the Feast of Winter Vale, Read this book. While I think our recognition of the legend is the appropriate one, I'm enough of a student of legends to appreciate the collection of all information into a single source. When you're done, take the book to Cairn Bloodhoof in Thunder Bluff. I know for a fact you'll be interested in hearing that others have taken an interest in the lore of our people.
All right, so unfortunately, unlike Ironforge, unlike the Alliance quest where you just get to read it and bring it in, they make us travel to Thunder Bluff. I guess it makes more sense from a lore perspective because of the two factions. It is the Tauren, but it's just annoying. But before we go do that, so there's a couple things we have to do. One, we have to travel to Alterac Mountains, and we have to kill the abominable Grinch. So that's coming up. We're going to go do that right now. Then we have to go get Metzen the Reindeer. And upon returning from Metzen the Reindeer, we then have to max our cooking out to level 35. Hopefully we have enough money to do that. If not, we're going to have to fish, and that's going to be a pain in the behind. Yeah, I mean, we can save ourselves a decent amount of money by shopping for other fish, but the goal is going to be to get ourselves up to... We have right now, we need 35 points. So if we play our cards right, we can get the recipes that we need, like just 220 stacks. That might be all that we need, which might be expensive as heck. So we just have to see. It wasn't that expensive yesterday for us, except for Nightfin. That's 25 gold. We might have to sink that much gold into it and put us just ridiculously behind the 8 ball again in terms of trying to save up for our mount. We've already spent 15 gold on this episode. 5 of that, complete waste. All right, so we're gonna head over to Undercity. While we're here, let's look at the I guess first let's look at the satchel. So this satchel gives us magic reindeer dust, which will allow Metzen to fly, which is essentially like a hearthstone for him. So to allow him to hearth out of here, out of where he's being kidnapped from, which we'll get into that. And then there are some letters and notes. These you can destroy, maybe just to be safe, do it after the quest. But these are the ransom notes describing where he's at. On behalf of Smokeywood Pastures, thanks again for looking into this. We're not sure which group has Metzen, but investigating either would be a good place to start. Also, I would be remiss if I did not draw the parallel. Metzen, clearly named after Chris Metzen, one-time lead artist on Warcraft, eventually a vice president of all of World of Warcraft. I don't know if he's still with the company right now. Let's actually look into that. Why not? Is Chris Metzen still with Blizzard? I would guess no, but in 2016 he retired. Oh, but Chris Metzen is not the art guy. He's the main guy. I don't know why I mixed the two of them up. I had heard that and then he recently came back. So I do remember that last year he's back and writing the ship. So he's one of the main guys, actually. I don't know why I was mixing him up with the person that we get with the art. Whenever we open a weird thing on LVUI, there's a little picture of a guy's face, and it's tied to the art guy, Samwise, or Sam, whatever his name is. Sam. That's the guy. I'm conflating the two of them. I don't know. That's a cardinal sin. Shame on me. But Metzen is the... Metzen did do art. That's why I'm kind of confused. Why I did confuse it. Metzen did draw from the earliest days. Some of our covers of books that we read, some of the earlier books in the instruction manuals for some of the older computer games. But I was mixing him with Sam. So maybe Sam Greenwise or something like that. I can't remember that other guy's name. But Chris Metzen did leave in 2016, came back 7 years later. So he's back with the company, and I hope it's supposed to be good. I hear good things about The War Within. I still haven't played it. I'm saving that experience. I've decided to change the way I approach this game, and I just basically experience it all with you guys online now. I do play a little bit of Classic on the side, little side projects, little jaunts to get this character to kind of blaze the trail before these characters, and I will probably do the same thing on retail when we get there too. The other thing is I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with Anniversary Realms. A very, very slow, I just do a pinch here and there. I had a weird ultimate GleeCon completionist project that would be way too boring to ever put on video. And I've mentioned this before, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I did a character who did every quest in the game the way we're doing it now? And this is just what gets me out of bed in the morning. These silly little projects I make for myself. But instead of doing every zone by zone, there are still ridiculous level spikes within them. I said to myself, what if I did every quest in the game in order of difficulty? So what that means is there's a ridiculous amount of grinding, of back and forth traveling. It slows the pace of the game down inexorably, but it also means that you are at any given time always fighting the lowest level possible quest for your character. So it makes you run around godlike. It also will eventually lead to a lot of redundancy, having to run dungeons multiple times, which I normally hate. But since I'm not, so we're going down to Terran Mill, by the way, because we have to go to the Alterac Mountains. I don't hate running dungeons. They're just time consuming. And so I'm not going to run them infinitely, like run them for every quest. But it will lead where there's some unavoidable, hey, you have to do this one first kind of thing. And in those situations, I will run dungeons more than one time, just for fun. Or not just for fun, just for this thoroughness. But that character is, I think, maybe level 11. So I've really been slowing it. And because I'm not to level 11 quests, or even level 10, I'm running around without a pet still. So there's little things like that that just make it really weird because I'm a hunter, even though I also hate hunter. The other part of it was I've determined to try to really force myself to work on my kiting. So I'm almost to the point where I'm even considering getting one of those mods, the shot timer mods. I feel like you can kind of sort of time it out okay without it. But just really working that 180-degree arc and strafing and blah, blah, blah. I just think it's really opposite of what I would want to do. It does require, I think, more key work, more keyboard. But, you know, now that I think about it, if I just used strafing keys, that would actually be easier. I haven't even been doing that. I've been hard right-clicking while I move to create a forced strafe that way. And then having to jump over. But I only have, you know, arcane shot and scorpion sting, so it's pretty easy. But I've also made them an engineer, so just exploring these different things, just having fun with it, taking the time, just putting it on basically in the background, and I'll like kill one mob here and there. All right, so that was Chris Metzen inspired side jaunt. Let's read these things now. So time is money, my friend, and we have very, very precious little of it in this case. Okay. Be swift in your efforts to rescue, as these groups are not to be taken lightly in what they're capable of. Anyway, the next 2 pages are the ransom notes we received. Good luck. And this is where it's also kind of ridiculous, because they give you 2 ransom notes because you have 2 options. You can complete this quest in one of 2 ways, but unfortunately, the difficulty is not really different for either one, or at least I'm led to believe. I never take out the second one. This first one's the one that I've done every time for the recipe reason. If you want the reindeer back alive, then you'll be quick with the ransom. The South Sea pirates don't take kindly to delays in payment, and we know how valuable the beast is to your form of piracy. I mean, I guess that's true. Their Smokeywood Pastures is exploitative. Bring the sum of 1,000 gold into the mouth of Lost Rigger Cove in Tanaris. Any attempt to rescue the reindeer will result in Metzen taking a very long walk off of a very short plank. There is the abominable Grinch right there. Okay, so we can spot him by this copse of trees. He walks around this area. I've never had a hard time finding him. We'll be able to kill him easily. Yarg, the South Sea Pirates. So we'll read the rest of that in a moment. Let's go turn in this quest and then go kill the abominable Grinch. At which point we can immediately astral recall ourselves back to Orgrimmar to turn it in. You can hear me? Think the bottom line. I'm not really a snowman. My name is Sax, and I work for the Orgrimmar branch of Smokeywood Pastures. I got sent out here to look for a missing package when I was attacked by a creature I'd never seen before. So very cold. You're a mean one is the name of this quest. A creature called the Abominable Grinch is the one who stole our shipment of treats, Gleek and Soul. Be careful, though. He's the one who turned me into this snowy mess. You're gonna need some help in facing him. I've seen him wander all around here where the Yeti are. He's surely here somewhere. Find the treats, Gleek and Soul. Take them back to Smokeywood Pastures and Orgrimmar. Tell them I need to be unfrozen. Okay, so he can appear in the entire Alterac Mountain loop, all the way from this to here, but we already saw him. In the background, you can hear this darn chihuahua. That's actually cute, and I really have fallen for her pretty hard. But I don't know why she's barking. My guess is because she's a turd. No, it typically means somebody's here. Alright, so I'm putting down my totems. We're going to 1v1 this guy. He just turned me into a snowman, just like he did the other guy. For us, it only lasts like 3 or 4 seconds. Don't know if he can do it more than once. Okay, there is Orbis, a human warrior. Okay, we got the stolen treats. We can also skin this bad boy. That guy's like an old man. For a piece of heavy leather. Good on us. Alright, so astral veiling myself back now, astral recalling myself back to Orgrimmar to turn that one in. It's all we need on the eastern continents. You could, unless you wanted to go to the Searing Gorge to do this one. We haven't even been there, so it would be really annoying for us to do Searing Gorge. Let's turn this in. We can saw a Feast of Wintervale will be ruined without those treats to restock. Graku himself will miss out on sharing his delicious meat pies with all the good boys and girls this season.
Found it. You saved Smokeywood Pastures' Feast of Wintervale. Poor Sax. We'll be sure to send a team out there and figure out a way to unfreeze him. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the day of the feast. He'll need to make up missed time working, though. Still, this wouldn't even be possible if it weren't for you.
Okay, and they give us
Smokeywood Pastures appreciate the recovery of the stolen treats adventure. For that,
Smokeywood Pastures, thank you.
gift presented by none other than Great Father Winter himself. Please speak with Great Father Winter, and he will give you your Feast of Wintervale gift from us here at Smokeywood Pastures. From our farm to your plate, it's always Smokeywood Pastures wholesome goodness.
Typically, this is a recipe.
Ho ho, hello, adventurer. The goblins told me that you have earned a special gift this holiday season, and I am pleased to give it to you. Here you go. Have a wondrous Feast of Wintervale this and every season in the future.
Okay, so we got a recipe to make a green holiday shirt. That is lame because we do not have... we're not a tailor. So, cool.
Besides the
Alright, we're going to stick some this in the bank.
At the Battle of Hyjal. Any who seek to steal
Yeah.
from the bank must face us first.
I'm going to go ahead and put the red helper box and the snowballs in the bank too. The rest I don't super duper care about. We need this Mets and we need this other stuff. Alright, so now we have the longest flight we're going to have today. Because we have to fly down to Tanaris. So as I showed you, Searing Gorge is an option. For us, that would not be as good an option just because of proximity as it would be to go to Tanaris. The main reason why we're going to Tanaris, though, is because there is... we can get the crucial recipes to getting ourselves up to 300 cooking, which unfortunately is really the biggest challenge of Winter Veil. It's not even really a challenge, it's just going to cost us some money. That sucks. Okay, so let's continue reading the ransom notes, by the way. Here's the second ransom note. If we had gone to the Searing Gorge, your prized pet isn't doing very well out here in the unrelenting heat of Searing Gorge. You'll be wise to meet our demands without delay. You'll bring us 5-star rubies and the sum of 700 gold. Place both in a single plain package that is free of markings. Leave the package at the gates to Stonerot Pass within a week. Failure to meet our demands will result in Metzen being the main course of a traditional Dark Iron Dwarven Wintervale feast. Reindeer. When we did this, geez, what was I just thinking? Well, first of all, where we are on time. Okay, we're coming up on an hour, which isn't too bad. At the very end of this, you get the little Christmas poem. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Mercer, now Chilton, now Jordan and Kaplan, on Nagel, on Pardo, on Goodman and Metzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. Now let's look at this. I wanted to look this up before and we never got to it. And let's type in this exact line right here. It says, now Mercer, now Chilton, now Jordan and Kaplan. So, now Mercer, now Chilton, now Jordan and Kaplan. So I wonder if this will trigger Metzen's letters and notes. Can we get some comments? The reindeers in the Christmas version are all Blizzard employees' surnames. Okay, that I did not notice. But that's what I was wondering. That's all people care about. But I wasn't sure if these were other... I thought that was probably the biggest possibility. Why the level 58 boost is bad for the game. Kevin Jordan was one of the first eight original developers. That's why there's 8 with Metzen, Jeff Kaplan. So that's Kaplan. Mercer, Kaplan, Metzen. That's 3. Why I wish I could. See, I like that. Like, there's a way where you can be like, let me go right into this part. I'm going to look up just who. Do you feel that Blizzard is giving us 100%? Scott Mercer and Jeff Kaplan are also people. Well, we already knew. So that's Mercer, Kaplan, yeah, Metzen. Those 3 we already know about. Let's see. Original Blizzard employee names. Let's see if we can find that. Alan Adam, Frank Pierce. This is Silicon and Synapse, but that's not on there. Former Blizzard employees. So this we could look at like, okay, what about Chilton? Is there? I don't even see a Chilton. So that's weird. Jordan. There is a Kevin Jordan. Okay. What about Nagel? There's no, I don't see a Nagel. What about a Pardo? There is a Pardo. What about a Goodman? There is no Goodman. Okay, so Nagel, Goodman, and Chilton we're not seeing. That's former Blizz employees. There's Chilton. You know that guy. The infamous. Okay, so this is a more comprehensive because this is current and former. Chilton, Jordan. Okay, so I don't see a... Oh, this is by first name. Michael Morhaime sitting at the top. Well, that's annoying. See, the Chris Metzen is there. Nagel just sounds like a last name. Okay, as I go through here, I can't believe this side thing that I've gone through. There's Pardo, so he is on there. That's there's more in one of them. Chilton. Kaplan. So some of them I don't see. Goodman, Nagel, and maybe Jordan were the only ones I didn't see. So let's see. Blizzard employee Nagel. Pat Nagel. Okay, so he's there. And then what about Goodman? Benjamin Goodman is a Blizzard employee. He now works with Hearthstone. Gotcha. So it seems like that's what they're all people for whatever reason that were named in this, and that's just is what it is. All right, so cool. Here we are. We're now in Tanaris. Why are we here? Well, this is one of the two places you can save Metzen, and more importantly, this is where we can get our dude right here. So we're coming in at an hour right now, and I don't want to spend a ton of time, so we're going to see the viability, yikes, of purchasing this. Purchasing our way to a level 300 and just going for broke, just breaking the bank, quite sadly. All right, so these quests, whether you do the South Shore or the Searing Gorge, we're going to be fighting level 45 mobs. You have to be willing to, at minimum, pull 3 packs and fight 3 packs on your own if you want to fight this out. I kind of sort of want to fight it out this time. We're going to try it at least. That's going to slow us down a little bit, but we're going to do the trade-off by doing our very, very best to purchase our way into some level 300 cooking. And there we do not have anything great behind us. We have potential ability to buy some stuff. We're going to buy whatever stinking recipes we can buy. Whatever stacks of food. I hope inflation, I hope those eggs is not a sign of things to come. But we can get, I think, about 5-ish recipes right now to add onto our list. I don't know if they're all going to be available, but or if they're all going to be learnable right away, but that's okay. Okay. So this guy has the spotted yellowtail, the grilled squid, the poached salmon, and the nightfin soup. Those are all just fantastic ways to level up. Now I wonder if we could buy, I bet you we can buy spotted yellowtail on the cheap. Okay, so we just gained 4 recipes. There's actually one more you want to get from this guy in here. Supplementary. And that is the undermined clam chowder. It's a limited item. It does get restocked probably every couple hours. I've never not had it. It's not super popular. It is the only purpose of the undermined clam chowder is not a good food recipe. It's annoying to make because you need to make it with milk, spices, and zesty clam meat, 2 for 1 deal, and it gives no well-fed buff. It's just something to do with your zesty clam meat. So I already have 7 grilled squid, so that's good. I kind of want to buy, if I can find it on the cheap, I want to buy a stack of spotted yellowtail. If I can buy a 20 stack on the cheap, that'll get us up high. Then I can get 7 more points out of the squid. And then I'll just buy whatever I can find. Either squid, salmon, or nightfin soup. Whatever's the cheapest. And if none of them are the cheapest, I'm going to look for other cooking recipes in the auction house and just see what we can see. We're down to 56 gold, so things are looking poorly. Some of this stuff I just need to put away. Thick spider silk, aquamarine, I need to put that in the bank too. Small flame sack's going to become irrelevant at this point. Yeah, so there are little things. Carefully folded note. That's a Stranglethorn quest. We're going to be doing that soon. Alright, so if I do come to save him, I'm going to bring my mechanical... If I do this the right way, I'm going to bring my mechanical Grinch with me to the battlefield. So as you make your way down to the South Shore Cove, we're going to... Lost Rigger Cove with the South Shore Pirates. We're going to spend a lot of time in this place. Not today, but in the future. Okay. So supposedly you can get a pouch of reindeer dust off these guys? I don't know. I've never got one before. You get one in the bag, but I guess if you somehow destroyed it, maybe this would be another way. That is a... Somebody got some clear casting proc. Few classes get that. I'm working on that on my mage. These turtles probably can drop turtle shells for us, but again, not too worried about that. Alright, seems like the way was cleared at least up to the edge. Okay, let's see what we can see. Alright, so I'm going to clear this way. Okay, so I'm going to summon my Grinch to fight with me. And we're going to start dropping totems. At least the 3. I don't want the fire. But here comes my little guy to help. Cool. Oh my gosh, he's a demon. Okay, so he is gonna draw guys. He's gonna aggro. Just good to know that that's gonna be happening. Okay, they do disarm. That's unfortunate. Okay. Oh no. He's a little demon. Okay, so now you can see the abominable Grinch is not messing around, not pulling punches. He does not care. He is single and ready to mingle. Alright, that thing I just got is a pirate footlocker. Oh no! Now I'm gonna have to fight all 4 of these guys. Pull them at least this way. Gosh. Okay, so we are fighting all of these guys on our own now. Like I said, you got to be able to fight 4 at once. He's taking some big hits. That guy just aggroed on another one. Dag nabbit. Okay, he's getting low on life. They just killed him. Okay. Let's see if I can heal myself. He ran off. He's going to aggro more. Pull this whole stupid camp. Oh no! Jeez Louise. Okay, we're pulling the whole camp now. Oh gosh. Terrible. Okay. Oh man, I'm dead. So that Agrinch got me killed. I did bad fighting. I probably could have survived a little bit better on that, but I sucked. Nope. I gotta make sure I do not add more. Gosh, forsake it. Didn't even get a chance to eat and drink my stuff. I guess I'll eat and drink my winter cookies after this. Gosh. Okay, so the Abominable Grinch did get killed, but we can summon him again. Okay, so first off, eat and drink. Oh, I have 7-minute cooldown on this stupid Grinch. Okay, so he did not make this easier. He made this harder. He just kept pulling dudes. His aggro radius was extremely far away. I don't know why, but we needed to get to the Metzen Reindeer right there. Cool, they're coming in. We fight him. And that's fine. What we need to do is... It says you can fight 5 at a time. Or whatever. We don't really need that. Okay, so... We're going to just do our best. This time I was able to just pull 1. Now, if they rescue Metzen... They have a level 60 there, so they could certainly rescue them. Or maybe they don't care about it. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. Okay, let's see if we can get a couple pulled over. So this will give us a 2v1 fight. That's doable. And now they're pulling all 4 of those. That's good. Okay. Now the only thing is, if they free that stupid reindeer and he has to respawn, I don't know the timer on that. That could mess us up. Okay, I don't know if he intentionally or accidentally started attacking mine, but he did. Alright. So time to eat, drink, and be merry again. Drink some more eggnog. We're going to open that footlocker in a minute. Okay, so they're coming over to get this. They're fighting all 3. He's going in there to rescue the dude, so hopefully he doesn't have to respawn. And if he does, there's going to be a line now waiting for this. That's going to be annoying. Okay, so he's not disappeared forever. Oh, great. Now he is disappeared for everyone. So, I don't know what his respawn timer is, but I guess we're going to find out. I don't even care about that solid chest. So this pirate footlocker, I don't know. That Captain Key, ugh. So we are going to need to be grinding those. Oh look, it respawns really fast. So the captain's key, I don't even know what they're really for. I guess there are some kind of captain chests somewhere. I don't know what you use them on. I've never seen the captain's chest. But supposedly there's a captain's chest. We need to wait for Metzen to respawn again. And I guess it opens it. I don't know what is inside the thing. I guess I... Oh, no, I did not want to fight this guy. Okay, oh, there's Metzen. Okay, so we're going to save Metzen. It says, around this reindeer's neck is a tag with the Smokeywood Pastures logo on it and a name, Metzen. Metzen looks at you with sad, forlorn eyes. It is almost as if the reindeer has been immobilized by some unseen force. Sprinkle some of the reindeer dust onto Metzen. Metzen's eyes light up with reindeer joy as you sprinkle the dust on him. He shakes his antlers at you and breathes out a heavy sigh of what sounds like relief. Around you, magical energy begins to swell. It would seem that something's about to happen. And he hearths out of there. I don't know, like I said, what you do. I think maybe the captain's thing is up there. I kind of want to just go find out what it is. I'm just going to run and see if there is one up here first. Because I don't even care if we die at this point. I just want to know, is it something we can actually find? I don't see it. So I don't know where the stupid captain's chest is at. So I'm going to take the res sickness. Why not? Spend some more gold. I don't care. Okay, and now we're going to go back to Orgrimmar. We are done with that also. I don't know what that captain's key is for. I'm pretty sure it just opens like a random chest. It's nothing important. Kind of like those centaur keys you can get in the Barrens. But let's go turn this quest in.
Yo! Hurry back!
Leek and Soul, did you find him? Were the notes in the satchel I give you enough information to locate Metzen? I hate to think of what those cruel thugs might do to him, but there's no way we can afford to pay such an exorbitant ransom.
Did it!
Oh no.
Ah! Metzen flew back
Yeah,
and
he'll talk to us at
returned
least.
to the stables. Yes, Metzen can really fly. Just a little while ago. The dust worked like a charm. I knew it would. You've saved the Feast of Winter Vale as well as Smokeywood Pastures from disaster. Thank you, adventurer. Listen, because of what you've done here, I want you to have this. It's something very special. If you have a mount, I think you'll get a kick out of it. Happy Winter Vale.
So they give us more preserved holly. So I want spotted yellowtail, but I want like the raw version. So that's cooked. And look at that. That's 2 gold. Okay, so that's lame. What about tender wolf meat? I think that's probably going to be worse because... Oh, I spelled wolf wrong. Because, yeah, you can buy a single one. That's lame. Okay, what about winter squid? Okay, so you cannot buy a lot of them. So that's lame. What about sun scale salmon? I can buy a 20 stack of raw. That's awesome. For only 20 silver. Fantastic. Because nobody cares. So that's 20 points right there. What about night fin? You can only buy the soup. What about tender crab meat? No. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Gosh. I can buy a 10 stack. Okay. I'll take that. That gets me to 30. I need 35. What about zesty clam meat? Okay, I can buy a 10 stack also. I'm gonna buy 2. Okay, so we might get lucky here and be able to have purchased all these things. We're gonna see how far this can get us. We're gonna see. We might have got lucky on all this stuff because we have the right recipes. Alright. Because I bought 30 of these. And those are, that sun scale, that's basically good for 20 points. But we need, oh, I forgot it's only 10 each of those. We need more. Well, I guess let's just get started on this at least. Okay, so we need hot spices and we need milk. Right now I need 10 milk. So you can buy the milk from this dude. From her, I mean.
If we are to make these new lands ours, then we
No,
must have places
it's wrong.
to rest our
Can't buy
bones
it from
and our
her.
bodies. Lay your axe by the fire
Oh,
and
I
share
think there's a
stories
bartender in the
of
back, maybe.
battles.
This is who you buy it from. Okay. And then I need the hot spices. So this is what this all becomes about now. We have to do the cooking. Once you have to complete the Metzen quests in order to unlock this final quest. And then we also have to go to Thunder Bluff. So let's see. Luckily there was more clam meat back there. We can go buy more zesty clam meat if it's worth it. Okay, so we need more soothing spices. No, we need hot spices, dang it.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh man. Oh, let's sell that beet stick. And we can destroy that. Okay, so first we're going to build the under... I forgot we also have grilled squid too. We're going to be golden. I think we're going to be good. Okay. So building up this undermined clam chowder, which we don't really need. Okay, boom, we're at 270 and it's still yellow. I love that. Perfect. Okay. All right, that got us to the 275. And we also can now learn the lobster stew. That gives us a couple other options. And the white scale salmon, if we really, really get in bad shape. Okay, so I don't want to buy any more of the undermined clam chowder, so that actually worked out. But we can now buy 20 hot spices. Cool. And that will allow us to do 10 spiced chili crab. It's actually a pretty good stand buff also. And altogether, if you remember yesterday on the Alliance, it cost us, we spent like 30 gold. So even with me blowing 5 gold on eggs, we are still, I mean, we did spend 25 gold on this episode, but a lot of it was learning recipes and stuff like that. Okay, good. So we are actually in great shape. The fact that someone sold a stack of that sun scale salmon so cheap, that's what saved us. Okay, and then we need soothing spices to get our winter squid on. Oh, I actually have mitefish steak right there too. Okay, so now grilled squid is a... Oh, it's up there. Cool. So I think we're going to be good. Now that's yellow for the last 10 points. But I also forgot to do this mitefish steak. So we have 20... we have 20 things to get the 10 points. Okay, so far so good. It is a little stressful when it gets like this. Okay, 15 to get 5. Okay, good. Now we should be good. We only need 2 points and we're doing great. All right, so we did get our 300. We're all set. So now we can go back and get that last stupid quest, then fly to Thunder Bluff. While we're there, we'll read the Feast of Winter Vale. And I'm going to sell some of these other fish we don't need. We do have some kind of... Oh, I can sell these. No, I don't want to sell the sweet nectar. We don't have that much. Okay, so we can sell these couple things. Don't need this one extra zesty clam meat. I'm going to sell the captain's key because I don't even know what it's for. And trust me, we're probably going to get some more. That little Grinch is a demon. This preserved holly is it's dumb. I'm going to put it... we don't even have a mount. So I guess I'll go put that in my... it'd be cool if I could turn into a reindeer. Alright, so also in the bank, I want to stick this stone. I just want to clear up some space now that I'm carrying so much around for... Oh, I can sell this. That's unneeded anymore. We can also pay to repairs now that I've survived all that crap. We have 2 stacks of those. I can throw one out if need be. I did waste an onk. Alright. So first into the bank to drop off, and then we're going to go repair and fly.
Would you rather trust your goods with a goblin?
Alright, let's put an... Oops, no. Let's put an aquamarine in there. Gonna throw some more silk in there. I think we'll keep that for now. I'm gonna put these holly in there. It's probably good. Okay. Alright, gonna put this up here. Boom, boom. These are fine. I think she can actually sell these. Oops. Frog legs too? Now I'm selling that crap. Now that I got all this food. Can't walk right. Alright, so I did pay almost a gold for repairs, but I'm going to get some of this back. Big chunk of it back. Alright, that's Christmas stuff that is set to use. Those 2 will expire before we probably log back in. And we have to read defensive... Oh, now we can actually do the quest. Whoopsie. Okay.
Talk to me. Listen.
Oh, I forgot. Costs 5 gold to do this quest.
Hero of the day and all. There's fresh holly everywhere this time of the year, but it never lasts. We've got a machine that preserves holly. It never goes bad. We use it to spice up the holiday and profits during the summer. I'll let you use the preserver, but only if you're a master cook. You'll need some deep rock salt and 2, 3, let's say 5 gold. It'll net you a nice batch that's yours to keep.
Alright, and here you can do this. The holly preserver machine looks like some sort of still at first, but a careful examination of it reveals some goblin-esque changes to it. Still, your skill at cooking seems to allow you to understand how the machine works. There's already fresh holly in the machine. You simply need to provide some deep rock salt and 5 golden coins to get the machine working. The machine lets off a little rumble and a small amount of steam as it starts working. It is not too long thereafter until it stops. Heralded by another small jet of steam erupting from it, a door hatch opens revealing a patch of preserved holly. And that is the hero of the day. So you must have done that. And that gets you more preserved holly. So happy about that. You can just add it to the stack we already have. But that costs us 5 more gold. So we spent over 30 gold today doing this stupid quest line. Still came out better than we did for the Alliance version. And now we're going to finish up by flying back to Thunder Bluff by reading the book on the way and turning in that last quest. And then we will finish. That will leave our character off right where we left her off before to get started on Stranglethorn Vale. Right where she's at. Alright, so we're going to fly to Thunder Bluff. How are we doing on time? It took us an hour and a half, so it took us about the same amount of time as it took us last time because we screwed around for half an hour. So you definitely could have finished this quest in an hour. All of the quests in an hour or less if you were appropriately, rushing. The Feast of Winter Vale. The later seasons of Azeroth are marked as a time of change in many cultures. The dwarves and the Tauren especially look to a legend of the coming winter veil, the blanketing of the land in snow, thus heralding a time of renewal as a time for celebration. Though the understanding of the legends that the races of Azeroth share are not dissimilar, the ways they choose to acknowledge them are as diverse as the races themselves. The legend of Great Father Winter. The term Winter Veil is said to stem from a supernatural being referred in many cultures to as Great Father Winter. As he would walk the land late in the seasons, winter itself would be his billowing cloak. In his wake was the blanketing of the land of snow, and thus it is said that Great Father Winter would cast his wintry veil over the land. Though parts of Azeroth may lie in snow, it gives the land time for rebirth and renewal. The dwarves. Ever consumed with the research of their origins, the dwarves chose to celebrate the season as a recognition of Great Father Winter himself. They consider him to be the personification of one of the ancients of Azeroth, the Titans. Much as they claim lineage in one degree or another to these mystical beings, they consider their snowy home of Dun Morog as the prime example of Great Father Winter's blessings. The Tauren. The Tauren and their shamanistic understanding of winter, along with their recent emergence into druidic endeavors, fit in well with the legend of Winter Veil. They focus almost entirely on the renewing aspects of the lore, however, leaving legend worship to those races as they view it, less in tune with the nature of things. Many Tauren choose this time as the right time to give thanks for the blessings of their new home in Mulgore. Feasting. The idea of feasting during this time of year is one that traces its origins to the legend itself. As Great Father Winter walked Azeroth, bringing winter in his wake, it is said he would provide a bounty for those who welcomed his presence. As such, the idea of feasting during the Winter Veil would bring together communities as they shared whatever they had. Typically, a single day of merriment and feasting welcomed the change, all in anticipation of the land's renewal. Modern-day observation. Other cultures have begun to recognize the Feast of Winter Veil as a time of great celebration, though not in the same traditions as the legend bases it in. Customs, often unrelated to anything other than a chance for celebration and gift exchange, have made their way into modern-day observation of the season. Even the image of Great Father Winter is sometimes used, but more as a harbinger of commercial exploit, rather than as a supernatural titan. Similar, certainly some parallels to the way the real world works. All right, so when we get there, we're going to be going and turning that into Karen Bloodhoof, and that is going to be it for this rinky-dinky level and all of these quests. So let's double check to make sure we did complete every Feast of Winter Veil quest. So there are Winter's Presents, which was the breadcrumb to let us know we had presents. There is a carefully wrapped present, one of the 2 level 1 presents that gave us some cookies, a gently shaken gift. Typically, I've gotten eggnog from that, but I think every now and then you can maybe get something else, like maybe the non-preserved holly. A Festive Gift is the level 10 gift, and it is always that little wand that expires after a week that makes everyone laugh in an area of effect and has a cooldown of a couple minutes. A Gaily wrapped present is the level 20 present. Actually, yeah. And that is always a little helper, a little pet. I got a snowman last time, but I've also, my other 3 times I got one of the helpers, the Santa's Little Helpers. Both red and green versions are available. I guess you would need to keep going year after year after year. Then a ticking present is always the abominable green and some holly. Great Father Winter is here as a breadcrumb that lets you talk to him. And the reason for the season was in the Feast of Winter Veil is what we're doing now, the books. Treats for the Great Father Winter, you give him some cookies, and not only does he give you a little treat now, but he will mail us a treat. We're going to look at those actually right now, too.
Greetings, young one, and welcome to
Forgot about that.
You'll find a safe refuge from the burdens of the world here. All denizens of the Horde are welcome here.
I bid you.
Spirits of the present and past come alive
Come on.
here in this
I
sacred
bid.
place, my friend. Honor them, and in doing
Come
so,
on.
honor yourself.
I bid you welcome to Mulgore and our humble community of Thunder Bluff, friend. I always take an interest in those who choose to take an interest in the kingdom, its people, and its lore. Is this why you are standing before me?
The legends and lore surrounding the Winter Veil are ones that have faded from the forefront of public, though, over the years. Yes, I know that the goblins are helping to revive the season for their own ends. The fact that our people reflect reflect upon it, at least in some form, does good to keep such lore alive. Your desire to go beyond the material and learn about our past is an admirable trait, young adventurer. I salute your wisdom.
All right, so we're going to log into Glee Contessa just for a second here because you do get, if you wait 24 hours, and I hope it's been 24 hours. If not, we'll have to check this out tomorrow. She's in Westfall because I'm going to run from here back to Stranglethorn tomorrow for us. Probably tomorrow. I do have mail from Great Father Winter, so we just have to go get that mail. You get 2. For completing his milk and cookies, a day later he will send you a package. And when you complete all of the quest line, I think it's maybe, I don't know what triggers it, the Grinch or the Metzen line. I think it's probably the Metzen line. You do get another package. So we just got 1. Ho, 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 Glee Contessa. I hope you have a fantastic Feast of Winter Veil. You were so nice in helping me out with my sweet tooth that I wanted to send you a little something extra. It's a sampler of delicious Smokeywood Pastures treats. If you haven't gotten any yet, be sure to do so before the season ends. Season's greetings, Great Father Winter. And tomorrow we can look at the other present, but I can kind of spoiler it for you right now. So this is an sample of everything that you can buy from them. You get it for free. You can just sit here and eat and drink. All the different things. I don't care about it. Now this mince pie will save it because that heals your mana and your life. But the other one is a package that comes with this little winter veil. Looks like a snowflake. It's powered by snowballs, but it basically allows you to turn yourself back into that gnome year-round as long as you keep yourself stocked with snowballs. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. In honor of us being a real Gleek and Soul episode, she'll bow. And I thank you, everyone, for watching, for listening, for tuning in as we covered all of the holiday stuff on this episode and this past week of Lore of Warcraft. Tomorrow, it's back to the grind on the regular ones. Have a wonderful one, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.